y'all think it's a game till Fox be on. CNN, mama picking out boxes for 'em. On that thing, got my own boxes on. On headphones to get my poppin'
up, man? We back at it again, man, with another video, another daily jewel, man. As always, you know, hope y'all staying safe, staying inspired, staying on your purpose, staying motivated, you know, the whole shit, right? So like always, man, let's dive right up into it. You know, today, man, we're gonna be talking about, you know, if you ain't understand what's going on, and you ain't catch the drift on what's going on in 2020 and the way that this you know, the whole world for real is shifting, then you know you might be one of the ones who gonna have to figure out, you know, when the shit hit. You know what I mean? Like, what I mean by that is that if you don't see what's going on, if you don't see the early signs from, like, you know, the value of the dollar dropping, you know, AI coming into play and all that, I just want to say this. I got a question. If you can't get ahead in life with just humans, like, imagine what type of predicament situation you and your family gonna be in when robots get here. Well, I'm just keeping it a being. Imagine what type of situation and type of currents you're gonna be fighting against to get ahead in life when robots get here. You can't get ahead in life when there's fucking humans here. I'm just keeping it a being. You know what I'm saying? There's some shit for you to think about. Signs for the conscious mind. You see what I'm saying? So if that right there don't, like, again, if that don't trick something off in your brain to be like, damn, you know what? Yo, I gotta turn it up a few notches. If that don't trick something off in your brain, then you know, may peace and blessings be upon too, because it's gonna be a rocky road for you. You know what I'm saying? You could be a fool and ignore the signs if you want to, but this shit real out here. Shit been real out here, but it's definitely it's turning up a notch. And this pandemic shit was, I mean, it proved that a lot of it proved that a lot of y'all was not ready for it, and I wasn't either when I say this. So let me be more clear. It proved that a lot of y'all wasn't ready for it in the sense of y'all still wasn't aware of how important having multiple streams of income really is. You see what I'm saying? Like, when that shit came, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't ready for it at all in terms of, like, just the whole virus breakout. But, like, in terms of multiple streams, like, I already been hit. It didn't really affect. I made more money in the pandemic than I ever did, to keep it 100%. Like, I made way more money than I ever did in this pandemic throughout my whole 21 years. You see what I'm saying? So if you're on the opposite side of that spectrum, then it's clear that, having lack of time or having whatever your excuse is not that, is really you. And like I always say, you could play around with it if you want to, but this shit heating up out here. You know what I'm saying? You can fool everybody else, but you can't fool yourself. And you're gonna be left, you know, at the end of the day, you're gonna be left, you know, to rely on your survival instincts. And you don't want to. Who wants to be at that point? You see what I'm saying? So while you still got the time right now, get ahead. You gotta shut that fun shit down for a little minute. I'm telling you, like I mentioned in one of them videos I posted, probably all of them, for real. You gotta shut that fun shit down. You gotta turn it down and not, you know, for a few nights, few summers, whatever the case is. Get right, get ahead of life, and then, you know, once you feel like you're in a decent position financially, not necessarily like, you know, I could go 6 months to a year without my fucking bills getting cut off. You know, you want to be like 2-3 years ahead of the curve like that, if we're going to talk about it in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Once you're in a situation like that, then you could trick your bird off and enjoy yourself, you know, splurge on the materialistic shit and all that. But until then, you need to be grounded right now, every day, day in, day out. Especially if you got kids. I always stress that shit, because what kind of example is you setting for your kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of example is you setting for your kids? You know what I'm saying? Obviously not an example for them to, you know, ever be able to, you know, elevate in a more higher position in which you is right now, because the example you setting is already laid out for them. You know, go to work every day. Don't really figure out multiple streams of income. Don't really figure out a way to advance myself and my family. Like, everything you doing, they just gonna do it times 2. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, you know, just signs for the conscious mind. You know what I'm saying? You could play around with it and think that this shit not a game. Like, it's kind of crazy to me that right now I'm recording a video and this shit about to go up on YouTube and everybody in the world about to see it. Like, it's so simple to others, but it's so crazy to me, right? You know, I just seen some shit on the gram, man, and they got some shit, you know, Apple just developed some, and some type of VR type of product they about to drop or something like that, and you just look at, you know, the screen, I guess, and then, you know, you do all type of stuff with your eyes. So what they do is, right, they give you all the fun stuff. Everything that's fun and it's games and all that, and it's enjoyable. Yeah, they make their bread, you enjoy yourself. They do all that shit first, and then once they get the fun out the way, that's when, you know, that's when, excuse me, that's when motherfuckers get wiped out their jobs. That's when motherfucking robots come in and they fucking shit up. Not in a bad way, but in a bad way. You see what I'm saying? Like, they taking niggas jobs. Motherfuckers is gonna be out of jobs, bro. And y'all keep playing with this AI if you want to. You can keep playing with it if you want to, because you gotta think. AI, robot, artificial intelligence is what AI stand for, if y'all don't know what that means. Artificial intelligence is like machinery that operates without having to be looked after, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Or things of that nature. Like, your phone is AI. If you have iPhone, Android, that's AI. So think about it like this. A lot of people's jobs are going to be at stake, right? If you work at a warehouse, you probably already seen it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, way before I was even born, it wasn't no automatic nothing. Like, everything was manual labor. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no cranes and no warehouses, none of that. It was just manual labor. You had to carry shit out with a little bucket, whatever you call that joint, you know, that the farmers use. If you got all type of product that you got to dump out, you carry it in that joint, you dump it out. It wasn't no, oh, I'm gonna put it on this, transfer that outside. Nah, it wasn't none of that. It wasn't no systems, nothing. Everything was handmade. Well, labor. You know what I'm saying? Physical labor. So if you think about it like that, and then you see where we at right now, I don't know if y'all ever worked in a warehouse, but I'm sure you could kind of put two and two together. You know, right now, we got shit that could crush up cardboard boxes and all type of shit. You know, I done seen it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, you put cardboard boxes through that shit crumble it up and pack it away for you. All you gotta do is saran wrap that shit. Go around this shit like this about 5 times, saran wrap it. You see what I'm saying? So imagine how many people lost their jobs, and that's just one form of AI. Imagine how many people lost their jobs in the whole wave of that, and what's gonna happen once this becomes more predominant and more predominant. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a game, and y'all gonna, those who wait to the last minute to really, you know, a lot of you for real, like, a lot of y'all, like, it may sound fucked up, but like, a lot of y'all really need to, like, get hit in the face with just reality sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Because, like, we tend not to take information valuable until we, like, really seriously need it, right? So when this pandemic hit, a lot of people wasn't, you know, they didn't really care about multiple streams. You know, people who was preaching that was like, you know, like, I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing well. You know what I'm saying? I ain't my rent ain't behind. You know, if I miss one check, I'm gonna be fucked up. But I'm paying my rent on time. I'm doing all right. I could buy my little whatever I want throughout the week. You know, enjoy whatever the case is. When that pandemic hit, a lot of y'all was scrambling trying to figure out multiple streams of income. Y'all was scrambling for it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you wait till the last minute? But it's clear that a lot of people is going to just have to fall in line to that, because it was probably some people who got this shit right mid-pandemic or whatever the case is, once that shit hit them in the face, and then it's something that's probably still feeling the weight of that right now to this day. You see what I'm saying? Like, me, on the other hand, like I told y'all, I made the most money that I ever did in my whole 21 years in the pandemic. To keep it a bean with you, like, last month, I cleared probably like almost 7K, I think. Like, almost 7K last month. You see what I'm saying? I made the most money I ever did in the whole pandemic. You know what I mean? So it's really about, you know, seeing the opportunity, staying proactive, staying ahead of the game, and just doing what you got to do, man. Like, it's as simple as that. Don't play with it like this shit a game. Like, life just going to adjust to you because you got 6 kids and you need like, you're going to get swallowed, yo. You're going to get swallowed. You got to stay ahead of the curve, man. You got to stay ahead of the curve. You know, so get that some thought, man. That's some food for thought right there. Signs for the conscious mind, man. You know, take heed to order, you know, just get swallowed, man. As simple as that. Do your due diligence. Research. What is AI? What is artificial intelligence? You know, what is that shit? Research it. You want to know what's ahead to come. You know what I'm saying? So you know how to at least prepare for it, or shit, even invest in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to even be, I'm gonna say this too. If you want to be ahead of the game, you can even invest in AI. There's stocks out there that, you know, like small companies right now that may flourish, you know, depending on how they got their business model set up, that their predominant model is they manufacture AI, or they got something to do with AI. So if you want to invest in the things like that to be ahead of the curve, like, think about it like this. Bitcoin. For those who don't know, you know, the cryptocurrency Bitcoin that everybody talk about, you know, that everybody don't really know about, so to say, right? That shit in like 2010, that shit took off. So think about how many people was invested in Bitcoin before it took off. If you invest in a technology type of stock now, think about the same scenario with Bitcoin that could potentially happen with that stock that you invest in. It's simple math. Just to stay ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? That's a long-term type of play right there. You don't put that shit up in there and just look at it every day. That's a long-term type of play. You know, obviously keep track of what's going on, but that's a long-term play right there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Sit back, ponder on that, create a plan of action. You know, always stay ahead of the game. Because if not, the game gonna swallow you. You know what I mean? You a fish in the water right now, a fish in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay ahead of the curve. With that being said, man, I'm gonna sign off, man. That's love.
See, y'all think it's a game till Fox be on. CNN, mama picking out boxes for 'em. On that thing, got my own boxes on.